welcome you to Hurricane Field for this evening's Peach Belt Conference men's soccer matchup, featuring the visiting Patriots from Francis Marion University, taking on your Georgia Southwestern State University Hurricanes. At this time, we'd like to introduce you to the starting 11 for both schools. First, let's meet the visiting Patriots from Francis Marion. Number 10, Travis Cook. Number 5, Sam Pollard. Number 1, Max Rogo. Number 4, Javier Mortillo. Number 6, Yafet Santiago. Number 8, Oliver Peters. Number 11, Elviro Zamora. Number 18, Pandelis Pandeli. Number 19, Magnus Hoyland. Number 14, Nestor Nunez. Number 17, Javier Bale. Head coach of the visiting Patriots is Luis Rincon. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the starting 11 for your GSW Hurricanes. 6'4" junior from Hanover, Jamaica, number 7, Rashad Buchanan. 6'3" junior from Hanover, Jamaica is number 1, O'Neal Lewis. 5'10" senior from Porto Alegre, Brazil, number 5, Rafael Faria. 5'7" sophomore from White Plains, Georgia, number 11, Nick Moody. 6'1" freshman from Columbus, Georgia, number 13, Grant Auer. 5'9" junior from Norcross, Georgia, number 19, Devin Moak. 5'9" junior from Margate, Florida, number 20, Brian Zuniga. 6' senior from Thomaston, Georgia, number 21, Caleb Zolman. 6'2" junior from Lawrenceville, Georgia, number 22, Sean McKeever. 6'1" junior from Green Island, Jamaica, number 24, Raheem Alcock. And a 5'10" freshman from Perth, Western Australia, number 28, Sebastian Da Silva. The head coach of the Hurricanes in his first season, Eric Crawford. Assistant coach, Eric Shepard. Ladies and Gentlemen, at this time, if you would direct your attention to the area in front of our broadcast tower. The men are taking a picture tonight as part of the Versus Cancer soccer event and charity. Today's match is being played while raising funds for the Pediatric Brain Tumor Foundation's Versus Cancer program. Since 2013, Versus Cancer has worked with hundreds of athletes and teams like the GSW men's soccer program to fight the deadliest disease facing our country's children, pediatric cancer. Ladies and gentlemen, you can help GSW men's soccer support local kids battling cancer by donating to their Versus Cancer fundraiser. Donations are being accepted during and after the game, including at halftime. You can also donate online at team.curethekids.org. Hashtag Georgia Southwestern State University Soccer 2019. If you want more information, we'll be happy to get you as we come around with programs tonight. Programs are free and full of information on both schools, so make sure you get a copy of tonight's program. And if you are interested in making a contribution online and helping GSW raise funds for the Versus Cancer Foundation, let us know and we'll get you that web address. Half of the team's fundraising proceeds will support child life programs at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta, and the other half will help fund groundbreaking research to cure pediatric brain tumors, the deadliest childhood cancer. Our young man could not be here with us tonight. We wanted to get a picture with him, but our biggest fan is supporting us where he is tonight, still battling his fight. Thank you, and keep him in your thoughts and prayers. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's move along. It is match time. And ladies and gentlemen, a good evening. It is GSW Match Day, and thank you for joining us here on the Surge Sports Network. Watching live tonight's Peach Belt Conference matchup, the visiting Patriots from Francis Marion University, ranked number 15 in NCAA Division II. So tough challenge tonight for the Hurricanes on their home turf. Georgia Southwestern wearing their all-white Adidas kits tonight. As you can see, the Hurricanes moving from left to right on your screen, attacking here in the first half. The Patriots, again, just the most recent poll coming up, and they've moved up the poll to number 15 in the country. 9-2-1, as you can see at the top corner of your screen, is their overall mark. They are 2-1 in Peach Belt Conference play. The Hurricanes with 4 wins this season, second most all-time in the program's brief history. 4-7 overall, 0-3 in conference play. So the Hurricanes would like to get their first PBC win. Wouldn't be bad, coming against a ranked opponent here on their home turf. The Patriots, of course, with other plans in mind. They've won 4 in a row, so they're looking to stay red hot and keep climbing the Division II polls. So you may have heard some of the pre-match announcements. If you did just join us, tonight recognized as our Versus Cancer game. We'll be trying to raise some funds for pediatric cancer. Our baseball and softball programs partnered with this cause in the last spring. And now we've moved it and kept it going in the fall and got a good working partnership with them and trying to raise some money to help. We've got a youngster that has kind of been, I guess you could say, adopted as our favorite Hurricane fan, and the young man unfortunately could not be here with the Hurricanes tonight. He wanted to be, but unable to come to the facility, and he's still fighting the fight against pediatric brain cancer. We wish him our thoughts and prayers with him, and hopefully come out on top in that battle. Well, you saw the starting 11 there on the screen if you were watching just a few moments ago. But for those of you that are joining us here a moment late, and Moak is down in a
lets out a loud yell and has stayed on the turf a good bit here. Boy, the Hurricanes, that's one thing they can't afford is another injury. I believe Coach said he's down to 13 active players for tonight's match, so a lot of time on the turf will be asked of the Hurricanes tonight. There's just no backup, so what you see on the field is pretty much what we're rolling with for this one. Hand is up off the free kick. Headed away by the Patriots. And we'll go the other way. Starting 11 tonight for both schools. We'll just kind of rapid fire through that if you missed it in the beginning. Last name and number in numerical order for the visiting Patriots. Starting 11 goes like this. The goalkeeper is number 1, Rogo. Joining him on the pitch, number 4, Mortillo. Number 5, Pollard. Number 6, Santiago. Number 8, Peters. Number 10, Cook. Number 11, Zamora. Number 14, Nestor. Number 17, Bayo. Number 18, Pendelli. And number 19, Hoyland. Hurricanes look to attack. Moak was going to bring it out wide for Moody. Moody will deliver the service in. That floater easy for Rogo to come over and get. Starting 11 for the Hurricanes, again in numerical order, low to high, starting with the goalkeeper. Number 1, Lewis. Joining him on the pitch, number 5, Faria. Number 7, Buchanan. Number 11, Moody. Number 13, Auer. Number 19, Moak. Number 20, Zuniga. Number 21, Coleman. 22 is McKeever. 24, Elcock. And 28, Da Silva. Goal for the Patriots quickly on the board. Takes a moment to suck it all in, I guess, and enjoy that one. The goal scored by number 17 is Javier Bayo. Francis Marion goal is scored by number 17, Javier Bayo. Well, it didn't take long for the Patriots to get on the board. 1-0 your score. Not quite 6 minutes into this one. All right, Moak puts it in play and the clock resumes. We've got all kinds of stats and figures to share with you throughout the evening on tonight's matchup. We'll try to pick our moments there where play is halted for a moment. But just know that if you are a numbers cruncher and like to have those stats and figures in front of you, there is a link in the description of today's broadcast on our YouTube channel you're watching here now. Just click on the title, and it should expand, and inside you'll see the link for live stats, so you can open up that link. That'll be a foul on Moak. Open up another link or a window in your browser, and you can follow your favorite player and or team of all those live stats figures right there. Again, the description in the description of today's broadcast, you'll find the link for live stats. Here's the cross kicked back outside. Hurricanes will dribble up the sideline. Zuniga on the run, has gotten into the midfield stripe, then he'll hand it off. McKeever can't come up with it, however, and the Patriots will regain possession. Don't forget, fans, also, you can subscribe. Now's a great time to click that little white GSW logo in the bottom right corner of your screen. It's the easiest way to subscribe to our station, 940 plus subscribers. We thank you for being a part of our Hurricane Network. The home and hub of the Surge Sports Network is right here on our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics. Again, click that little white GSW logo. Depending on what kind of platform you're on, you might also have the red subscribe button, so a couple of options there for you to get on board with the Surge Sports Network. We broadcast our home events in men's and women's soccer here in the fall. Baseball and softball is actually in the spring, along with some GSW women's tennis. And coming up next, we take it indoors. The men's and women's basketball teams' home events on the Surge Sports Network. While they're getting ready for the throw, and we'll throw a team comparison of these two schools coming into play tonight. You see the records there. Again, not surprising that number 15 in the country would hold a advantage in most of the categories on your screen. Biggest difference, I guess, will be the opponent's shots on goal, 81-37, and very stingy. The Patriots only allowing 7 goals this season. Back to the action. The Patriots with the ball. Touches and rip off a shot. It's going to bounce off the hands of O'Neal. Unable to turn. The Hurricanes are able to get it out of danger for the moment. Patriots right back with the ball. They'll bring it here to the left side. Trying to get it to Pollard. A little too much on it. Yeah, let's go ahead and. So let's do a little deeper dive on the 15th ranked Francis Marion University Patriots. University based out of Florence, South Carolina. I mentioned in the early going that this Patriots are red hot. Winners of 4 in a row, their last being a 4-0 shutout of Shaw at home on Monday. Wasn't the first time they've put the clean sheet up there. 7 shutouts this fall, impressive, and as would kind of roll right into the next bullet due to those shutouts, Rogo, the goalkeeper for Francis Marion, currently ranks 3rd in all of NCAA Division II in the goals against average. Very stingy, so the Hurricanes got a lot of work to do. This one is going to get a couple bounces past the intended target, and O'Neal will block and allow it to roll out so he can get the goal kick. So that was a look at the Patriots coming in. Again, red hot coming into this one. The Hurricanes see if they can draw up a plan to counter this and somehow find a way to bust through this tough defense. But it's Francis Marion that'll charge back in, dribbles around a few guys, dribbles past 3, left-footed shot, deflected. All right, corner kick coming up. Number 8. Corner kick is up. O'Neal will get it as it approached the distance of the far post. I believe that was Peters taking the corner kick for Francis Marion. Long kick down. Bounce to Rogo. Pins it to the turf and gets it back towards the midfield. Here's Peters with the ball. Back to Peters, around to Mortillo. Mortillo to Peters, dribbles down. Tries to draw in the defense before sliding it over to Pollard. Tried to leave it for Pollard. Did a good job to defense to come up on it before he could make a move and dribble it deeper into the 18. This will just be the throw in this time around. Moak is smothered and Francis Marion keeps it. Everything here on the near side, right in front of the Francis Marion bench. Coach Rincon served up. Lewis picks it out of the air and will send it the other way. He'll roll it down on the turf. Hurricanes get it across the midfield stripe. It was Zolman that had it initially. Corner kick coming up for Francis Marion. Somewhat muggy night in Americus, Georgia. We'll take that over rain, though, which might be coming later this evening. Current temperatures in Americus here at Hurricane Field, 78 degrees. Not going to get much cooler than that. Maybe 1 or 2 degrees by the end of the match. 80% humidity, just the slightest of breeze, south winds 4 miles an hour. Your game time weather report. Got a lot of blue jerseys to get around, but he's found a way inside temporarily. Whistle blown, and it's going to go the other way. Back to the top. Francis Marion will set it up again. GSW defense falling back, trying to sink in a little bit on the Patriots and pick their moment to attack if it presents itself. Francis Marion back on their half, looking for their next strike. Just waiting for the right time to strike. Patiently, Francis Marion works it around, and they'll kick it in. O'Neal makes it there. Well, let's take a look at the Hurricanes. You had a chance to, again, learn a little bit about the Patriots from Francis Marion. What about GSW? Well, they haven't played since Sunday, and they're still kind of licking their wounds from a tough road loss, double overtime loss to USC Aiken in Aiken, in the Pacer Pit. So GSW, things don't get any easier now with tonight's challenge, but you will see that there's a few guys to keep an eye on that have fared well in the Peach Belt and are up there in the PBC rankings, including Devin Moak, who is currently tied for third in the conference in goals scored. And GSW goalkeeper O'Neal Lewis has been asked to do a lot of work this season as well on the defensive end, as he ranks third in the Peach Belt in the number of saves made this fall. So a couple of guys to keep your eye on, and that Coach Crawford will be leaning on heavily to help lead the Hurricanes in this one. So you've got a little bit of background on the Hurricanes, a little bit more on the Patriots. Ooh, got a chance here. Nope. Foul. There's going to be a free kick from just at the top. Set it down, mark it, and see who's going to take it here for the Patriots as we're under 23 minutes to go in the opening half. GSW sets up their wall. You've got 8, 10, and the other gentleman still trying to find his number. It'll be 8 to take it. He'll get off the wall. Peters drills one into the wall and will go the other way with it. Oh boy. There is about a 30% chance of rain for starting at 10 o'clock tonight. There's the ball in, service in, knocked out of the way. There's the bull rush right into the box. It's kicked away for the Hurricanes. This one will be a race to get there in time. Nope. Ball down by O'Neill. Lewis gives us a good chance to take a look at tonight's keeper comparison. O'Neill Lewis battling a couple of games of injuries where he was unable to play for the Hurricanes midway through the season, so his minutes a little bit lower than you'll see Max Rogo. The comparison there between the two keepers. Quite a few saves for Rogo, despite the fact with the low goals allowed, he has had to make some saves. Sometimes you'll see it where the keepers, you can go ahead, keepers just aren't asked to do a lot because of their defense doesn't, allow the shots to get to them. And not the case with Rogo, who has had to make 30 saves. O'Neill Lewis with 42. Several less minutes, though, so obviously Lewis taking a lot of shots throughout the season and the time that he's played. A couple hundred minutes left, but yet a dozen more saves. The goals against average for Rogo, I mentioned earlier, is he's number 3, I believe I said, in the country in goals against average, and that was 0.44 per match. O'Neill at 2.02, your keeper comparison tonight. No whistle. Bodies, shoulders collide. Francis Marion player goes down in the 18, but no whistle. Play on, and the Patriots will have to just reset and look for their next opportunity as we dip under 19 minutes to go in the opening half. Ooh, had maybe a chance, but that one got past him. Frustrated is, looks like Zamora was wanting to get that one and just couldn't corral it in. Looks like we'll have our first sub of the evening if we will indeed get that sub. I know they're waiting to do the throw in. Waiting to check in for the Patriots is number 23. Apparently he's going to wait till the next opportunity. Carlos Alonso Martinez, the freshman from Spain. And in fact, they will get that substitution now. Francis Marion substitution checking in for the Patriots is number 23, Carlos Alonso Martinez. Kick away by the Hurricanes. Headed back to the goal line, and we'll do it again. Interesting. You don't see that all too often. Off the free kick, or the goal kick rather, I'm sorry. Off the goal kick, it's headed in one touch back all the way to the goal for another goal kick. So that's something you probably don't see every day. Result a little bit different, a little more traditional now as it gets down and falls to the feet eventually of the Patriots. Francis Marion back on into their attacking zone. We'll give and go. Going to try to get around a man. Double team. Now triple. 3 bodies there. Spins. Left-footed kick. Can't get it inside the far post. Had your keeper comparison. How about the offensive leaders? Fellas, a couple fellas to keep an eye on in this one. Both of these gentlemen leading their respective teams in points. For the Hurricanes is Devin Moak, 7 goals this season. Both men have scored on half of the shots that they've put on goal, as you can see there. Bale with the assist out of the 2. He has 11 points and 5 goals. That's number 17. Javier Bale, the points leader for Francis Marion, coming into this one. This ball's in. O'Neill falls on it. Well, Bayo didn't score the first goal tonight. So we'll see if that makes any difference in the point standings on the Patriots roster. Service in, line drive, kick, inside, the follow, up and over. Will it be a, yep, a corner kick. Tonight's goal was, if you're just, I take that back. Tonight's goal was scored by Bayo, so he extends his lead. There you go. The assist was Nestor Nunez. So Bayo will now have 6 goals this season and 14 points. His 14 points matching Moak in our player comparison, that graphic you just saw a moment ago. A couple of hands up for the Patriots on the far side of the field. The corner kick delivered short. Headed back by the Hurricanes. The follow-up is a deflection. A big kick. Decides not to unload with the left-footed kick and will go the other way for a moment. Hurricanes and Zuniga. Going to need some help now with 3 blue jerseys around. He'll leave it. Here comes Moak. Moak gets a shot off, keeps it low, but to the feet of Rego. Or excuse me, did I get that right? Rogo, I'm sorry. So Rogo had a lot of time to move to his right and stick his boot out and stop that rolling kick from Moak. It was delivered pretty far outside the 18-yard box. And the Patriots regain possession and will most likely swing it back here to the near side under our broadcast tower. There it is. Pollard tries to set it for the corner. Somehow it's back to the Patriots. Fix it behind, a little behind the back action. Here's the feed in, kicked away. And a throw in this time for the Patriots. Little breeze starting to pick up here in the broadcast tower as perhaps that front starting to move into the area. Oop, tries to leave it for him. Will he get a piece of a Hurricane? Whistle blown. Hurricanes make a substitution. Georgia Southwestern substitution checking into the match for the Hurricanes is number 8, Pedro Chung. Chung, the senior from Seoul, South Korea, making his first appearance tonight. And he makes the first Hurricane substitution of the match. Zuniga tries to provide a little pressure, force the defense to get it up and perhaps make a mistake, as they can't just take their time. As with their spacing, the Patriots have been able to kind of hover around midfield until they're ready to move in. Foul on the Hurricanes. They'll put it down. 10.5 to go. Battle in the corner will lead to a corner kick for the Patriots. Patriots taking their fourth corner kick of the half. The Hurricanes have yet to take a corner kick. Couple of hands up, kick away. This one a little deeper than the last one, but still met at the near post. All being headed around a little bit before a little march down. Long dribble gets away from McKeever. Foul on the Patriots, their second foul of the match. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yellow card. I think that'll be whistled on number 23. Carlos Alonso Martinez, who had checked in. They'll stop the clock with 9:15. Waiting to make a substitution is the Patriots. Number 9 is looking to check in, and that'll be Sidney Warden. What's the matter? Okay. All right, kick away. That's fine. It's not gonna. Unfortunately, our scorebug's having a little issue. Hurricanes able to get one away. I think that was their first. Little glitch with our scorebug, so we'll see if we can reset it there and get the time back up. Current time is at 8:25 on the scoreboard. That's what we have left in the half, so we've reset it, and we'll see if it'll let us punch in the new time when we return. I think we're going to be back in the game. Yep, back. We're back. Scorebug is operating for the moment nicely again. And the time on your screen is accurate. Patriots trying to find a crease. This one will go right to the post. We got a substitution coming in for Francis Marion. There it is. The opportunity now to come in the match for number 9. Francis Marion substitution checking in as number 9, Sydney Warden. Warden from London, England. Francis Marion roster. Peppered with young men from all around the globe. South Carolina, Texas, Argentina, Northern Ireland, Argentina, Spain, Australia, Mexico, Sweden, England, Virginia, Spain, Louisiana, Puerto Rico, Cyprus, Denmark, United Arab Emirates, and another young man from Spain. A very diverse roster for Francis Marion. You heard the Hurricanes. Mentioned a few of the young men coming in here for Coach Crawford from Jamaica. Otherwise, a lot of Georgia. You see a Florida. And Sebastian De Silva, Western Australia. Rafael Faria, Porto Alegre, Brazil. Coach Crawford again in his first season. A graduate and former player at Northeastern State University. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in our opening half. We'll have our Two Dukes Barbecue Chipping Challenge at the halftime break for those that are here. See if we can give away a college combo. Sandwich, chips, and a drink at Two Dukes Barbecue. It's about a block away from campus, only in Americus, as well as a GSW Athletic Department t-shirt for our winning chipper. Hurricanes have a young man ready to check in. Giovanni Laris, the freshman from Savannah, coming in if the moment presents itself. Long kick, deflected off of Chung. Ooh, chance to turn. Oh boy. Penalty kick awaits. Hurricanes commit the foul inside the... No, actually just outside the 18. Ooh, just outside. Oh, that's good news, hopefully, for Georgia Southwestern, the boys in white. That one just outside of the 18-yard box, so it will not be a penalty kick, but rather free kick coming up. All right, set up. Last time it went right, got drilled right into the wall of the Hurricanes. We'll see with 3 minutes to go here where this one will go. Kick actually, I believe, hit a Patriot. Hard kick drilled right in towards the goal. Patriots will go outside and walk to go grab that ball. Trying to figure out where this one's going to be located from. There we go. And finally put the ball down and take the kick away here. Free kick coming up for FMU. Here it is. Service in. Ooh, O'Neal Those long arms, able to reach up and bat it back up towards the midfield area for at least a moment. Moak will be, can't get there, the slide. Nope, oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Pedro Chung, our last sub, now checking in for the Hurricanes. Checking in for the Hurricanes was number 3, Giovanni Loris. We approach the 1-minute announcement. 1 minute remaining in the first half. 1 minute. Well, the Hurricanes are going to work in to the halftime break with the stats, offensive stats heavily in favor of Francis Marion, the 15th ranked Patriots, but the goal difference would have been nice to say is nil, but 1 goal difference at this point with 20 seconds to go. Got to get that one out as it floats up and right behind the Patriots bench. 10 seconds, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That'll do it for the first half of action. The visiting Patriots with a 1-0 lead in this one. We'll get the field set up for our halftime activities. The ever-popular Two Dukes Barbecue Chipping Challenge. Anyone that would like to participate, anyone that's in attendance can participate. We'll have a chance for you, a little group assembling down in front of the bleachers. If you're sitting in the bleachers, it'll be the far left end of the bleachers. Right in front, well, that area, we've got our chipping station, and we'll chip in towards the flagstick. Closest to the pin is going to win a Two Dukes Barbecue College combo. Sandwich, chips, and a drink at Two Dukes Barbecue if you're about a block away from campus. If you're sitting in the bleachers, look to your right, you'll see that intersection. Go straight through that intersection to the next stoplight, and there's Two Dukes Barbecue on your right-hand side. Two Dukes Barbecue College combo and a GSW Athletic Department t-shirt. The Adidas Collegiate Gold, so you can be a part of the Gold Force every Thursday. Get out those gold shirts, show your support, and send our GSW student athletes into the weekend with a gust of support. Again, that GSW t-shirt and prize pack from Two Dukes coming your way to the closest chipper. Again, it's free for anyone to participate. You get to make contact with the ball one time. Closest to the flag is your winner. So with that being said, they're all set up for the Two Dukes Barbecue College combo. We've got a few other corporate partners that would like to have a word with you. We thank them for their support. We could not do it without them. A few of our gold level sponsors here, a few words from them at the break. We'll mute this audio afterwards so we can play all the music we like, and YouTube won't get mad at us for those copyright infringements, so they say. So we'll mute it. We'll be back right before the kickoff or right at kickoff of the start of the second half. You've got 13 minutes and 21 seconds. Set your timer and come on back. But first, a few words from our sponsors. You're watching Georgia Southwestern State University Men's Soccer Peach Belt Conference action right here on the Surge Sports Network.
At Zaxby's, there's nothing better than hand-breaded chicken, unless it's hand-breaded chicken with sauce. From sweet to savory, mild to wild, even that world-famous Zax sauce. Whatever you're craving, we've got the sauce at Zaxby's.
Here is where we're from. Here made us who we are. Here is where we learn relationships are worth more than dollars can measure. It's a value that grows over time, strengthens under pressure, and thrives when serving others. We're Synovus, and we're here for our community because we live here too. Synovus, the bank of here.
At Zaxby's, chicken and delicious go hand in hand. As in hand-breaded, hand-seasoned, and handmade to order. There's only one place you can get chicken like that. Zaxby's.
And second half of action underway here from Hurricane Field. 15th ranked Francis Marion University Patriots with that 1-0 lead. They scored early, and the Hurricanes have kind of held on and managed to sink in and defend well to keep the Patriots off the board any further, prevent any damage. A couple of brief scoring opportunities, to be honest, for the Hurricanes. They have 2 shots in the first 45 minutes. Both of them were on goal. A couple of saves then for Rogo. "16 shots for Francis Marion, 8 of which went on goal. The one, of course, finding its way to the back of the net. 4 corner kicks for Francis Marion in the first half, 1 for Georgia Southwestern. 6 fouls on GSW, 3 on FMU. There was 1 yellow card issued, and it was issued to Francis Marion. Carlos Martinez, the player with the yellow card in the first half. Bayo with a couple of shots on goal, and the one that found its way in for the score. Leads Francis Marion. Travis Cook also took 3 shots in the first half, but the team leader, at least as far as shots go, number 5, Sam Pollard, had 5 for Francis Marion. Georgia Southwestern got a shot from Nick Moody, a shot from number 19, Divin Moak. And again, the scoring play came early for Francis Marion. The 6th minute of the match. It was the 6th inning of the match when there we go, Javier Bayo knocked it in for Francis Marion. A little look at your first half statistics. Patriots are 3-1-1 on the road this season. GSW is 3-3 at home. Neither side went to the bench particularly often in the opening half, but I say that, and Georgia Southwestern will quickly make a sub here in the second half. Checking back in will be Giovanni Lares. Saw some good minutes in the first half of action for Coach Crawford, and has already been asked to come back and check in for the second half when the next opportunity presents itself. Two subs for Georgia Southwestern. I mentioned earlier they only had 13 to go with. So everybody that can play did play in the first half. Chung and Lares coming off the bench for the Hurricanes. Ooh, the header right to O'Neal as he's fallen to his left. Made the right move and was there for the save. Another stop for O'Neal Lewis. That'll be save number 8 of the match for the Hurricanes keeper. Francis Marion also brought 2 in off the bench in the first half. Sidney Warden and Carlos Martinez, the 2 substitutes for Coach Rincon in the opening 45 minutes. Looks like we had an ambulance shift change. Hopefully neither of them will have to do any work tonight, at least in regards to the match here. One ambulance just left, and now another ambulance has pulled in and turned the lights off and settled in on the berm behind us. Here's the sub for the Hurricanes. Checking back in for the Hurricanes is number 3, Giovanni Loris. Oh, just missed to the left. Oh, a great look for the Hurricanes. A chance to deliver the equalizer. Such a good ball, but just off the mark. Whew. Hurricanes with a nice run on that possession. Deciding where to go with this one. Man. Kick is away. All right, throw in coming for GSW. Far side of the field, just down from the benches. The crowd is assembled, kind of peppered around the facility. There's essentially a grass berm that wraps around Hurricane Field, and trees kind of forming that natural barrier behind where the ground levels off. Buchanan will send it out wide, kicked down towards the corner, and that'll be a throw-in. Actually up the berm and over, so that'll be a fun one for the ball lady to chase down. The GSW women's basketball team on the duties with on duty for tonight. Should be their last night out here before they take it in, and we'll be watching them play and calling their play-by-play in the Storm Dome. But yeah, there's some bleachers on the far side that you'll see as the camera pans from left to right, or right to left, depending on what's happening. Corner kick over everybody, and that one's going to roll and cross the sideline for a throw-in for Francis Marion. Got a few folks down by the scoreboard. Got a few across, of course, in the bleachers. Some bring their own chairs and will set up on the berm, and then it wraps around to the right. A couple down in the corner, far corner, where Francis Marion would be taking their corner kicks this half. Blankets down on the ground. And a nice cool, now it's turned into not a stuffy evening at all, a nice cool evening in Americas for some good Peach Belt Conference soccer. And of course, down from the GSW bench, there's a cluster of, I believe, softball players down in that corner again, down from the GSW bench. They're scattered all over tonight. Well, 3 blue jerseys there, but somehow Lars is the one who gets his head up, jumps up, and puts the ball back in play. Hurricanes try to get a little spacing and send it out. This one's going to be wide. Good hustle by Moody, but he cannot get there in time. Patriots are the ones that are going to have the service in. Here's the delivery up and over the top. Moody appreciates, Coach Crawford appreciates the hustle on the one that I was talking about, a play a moment ago, but did say he was chasing a lost cause there. He wasn't going to get to the ball, just realize it and drop back. Kick away, line drive shot off the boot of Lewis. Kick back up in the air. It looks like he kind of pulled up before he dropped on Mokes. Not really, he didn't drop on his back. Little forearm, bracing the fall. That one's going to curl back in. The spin on it puts it back in. You would have thought as it came off the foot that it might be heading for the feet of Coach Crawford out of bounds, but it hooks back in, has enough spin. Throw in coming for the Hurricanes. Quickly delivers it in. Hurricanes with good pace. Here's Chung. Leave it up for Faria. Faria, far side. Moody's going to try to bring it back. Gonna have to hustle back now. Gonna have to wait for some help. Too many white jerseys to get through. But somehow it gets back to Cook. Here's the service in. This is trouble, bouncing around. O'Neal needs a little help from his friends. Grant Hours there to kick it away. Had the feeling that could lead to something ugly if you're a Hurricane fan, but the boys managed to work through it, did a good job, and just an innocent throw in off to the side when it was all said and done. And now GSW, little clap from the sidelines, we'll get it back. Francis Marion, despite being number 15 in the polls, is chasing Clayton State right now. The Lakers are undefeated in the conference, 3 matches in. 3-0 for Clayton State. Francis Marion, Young Harris, Lander, and USC Aiken are all 2-1 in the Peach Belt so far this fall. North Georgia 1-2, and then GSW and Flagler are both 0-3. So the Hurricanes still have on the schedule a trip to Lander, who's 2-1, hosting Flagler on senior night, who's 0-3, and then at North Georgia to close it out. The Nighthawks currently 1-2. Overall, however, Francis Marion does have the fewest in the loss column when they're 9-2-1 record. The Lakers are 10-3. Young Harris is 8-3. Lander 7-3-2. And then it flips. 3-7 overall for USC Aiken. 4-7-1 for North Georgia. And 1-10-1 for the Saints from Flagler College. Bouncing around. Moak tries to get it out. Kick up and over, also to the left of the post. Peach Belt Conference action today. It was a couple of afternoon matches. See if we can get you some finals. Lander was at North Georgia, and pretty good matchup here. Young Harris at Clayton State. That was also a 3:30 match, so we'll see if we can get you a final. There may be no longer an undefeated team in the Peach Belt. We'll see how that works. USC Aiken at Flagler was a 5 o'clock start here this evening. That ball a little too far in front of the target. Couldn't find his teammate. Here's the cross. Oof. That was Alcock for the Hurricanes, shadowing the pass in. And shadowing, I believe that was Peters making the charge for Francis Marion. Or Cook, I'm sorry. Travis Cook, number 10. Did you? Okay. Well, you already know that you're following the Hurricanes here on our YouTube channel, which is GSW Athletics, and hopefully you've had a chance to subscribe if you'd like. Also, the good thing about subscribing to this channel, the home and hub of the Surge Sports Network, is that you can get notifications of when we go live. So whenever we have a broadcast that's up and running, you don't have to remember or check back in. You can choose to receive a notification, and YouTube will kindly send one to you that GSW Athletics is on the air. Ball in, kicked away. But there's a couple of different other ways you can stay connected with the Hurricanes no matter what time of the year. As the soccer season starts to wind down, might be a good chance. I remember I said GSW Athletics is how you found us on YouTube, or is our YouTube channel. Perhaps you just click the link. But you can also find us on Twitter by that same handle. So GSW Athletics on Twitter. GSW Athletics, all together, all one word, is how you can find the department on Twitter. The men's soccer team also with a Twitter page as well. Just do a search for GSW men's soccer, or you can find them by GSW, I believe, _ M soccer, the letter M in soccer. But you can find their team page as well. Twitter's not the only way to connect with the Hurricanes on social media. There's also Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, it's going to be a slightly different than the address that or the handle I just told you about. Our fan page on Facebook is GSW Hurricanes. GSW Hurricanes. Again, all squeezed together, all one word, GSW Hurricanes. Free kick coming up for the Hurricanes here in just a moment. The good thing is we like to keep it together in pairs of two, so they're in pairs. There you go. GSW Hurricanes is also Instagram. So if you're a Facebook or Instagram user, we put a lot of good pictures, behind the scenes, video clips, notices, reminders of events, et cetera, et cetera. You can find us on Instagram as well at GSW Hurricanes. So we did not have a score on the Peach Belt website, but a little deeper dive will take us to Clayton State's webpage. Ooh, good ball in. Up it goes. Did that hit the crossbar? Yes, hit the crossbar and bounced back over. Another corner kick coming up for GSW. Young Harris went into Morrow and handed the Lakers their first loss. Tried to flick it back towards the goal. Too many bodies to get it through. Hurricanes will try to reset. 2-0 Young Harris over Clayton State earlier this afternoon, so there is no longer an undefeated team in the Peach Belt Conference standings. 8 teams overall in the conference on the men's side. So top 6 will make the Peach Belt Conference tournament. Both of the Young Harris goals were scored in the first half at Clayton State. Today was the Peach Belt Conference Championship. Races for men's and women's cross country. GSW in their first year of having a men's cross country program. This was our first year. Coach Cole Clearman, assistant men's basketball coach, which that was a late hire due to the hiring of head coach, men's basketball coach Aaron Coombs in the summer. So Cole just got on campus in August and then had zero time to put together a roster, and the men's team saw improvement throughout the year, but did in fact finish, I believe it was 11 of 11 today on the men's side. But the women, and head coach Paula McDonald, turned in their best finish in school history. Congratulations to the Lady Hurricanes at the Peach Belt Conference Championships this morning in Lumberton, North Carolina. Lady Hurricanes finishing 7th of 12 schools on the ladies' side. And kind of moved into that next tier of teams. Congratulations again on their best finish at the Peach Belt Championships in school history. Kick away for the Hurricanes. This is a line drive. Foul there. Going to be whistled on the Hurricanes, and a free kick coming up for Francis Marion. Well, Flagler's in the win column as well now in the Peach Belt Conference, so their GSW is the lone program without a win. Flagler defended its home turf against USC Aiken today and won 4-2, so again, that leaves GSW as the only team without a win in conference play. A couple of teams that GSW still has to play yet this year, Lander and North Georgia, met up this afternoon, or early this evening in Dahlonega. We'll see if we can get you a result there. Throw in coming for Francis Marion, just down from the GSW bench. Lander defeated North Georgia in Dahlonega 2-0. So Lander improves to 3-1, and North Georgia is 1-3, right there with Flagler at 1-3. Francis Marion has a non-conference match, midweek match at Coker before closing out the season with 2 of 3 at home. Big one coming up on November 2nd against Clayton State. Then they're at USC Aiken and home against Young Harris on November 9th. So a couple of next 2 Saturdays, big matches on the docket for the Patriots. Nice work to kick that one out and force the corner kick. Good defense coming from the freshman Grant Auer out of Columbus, Georgia. Caleb Zolman will check in when the next opportunity presents itself for the Hurricanes. Corner kick coming up. Line drive kick. Long shot. And here comes some rain. Checking in back in the match for the Hurricanes is number 21, Caleb Zolman. Okay, all right, we got to keep an eye on our equipment as the rain has started to fall here with 17 minutes to go. In fact, I am going to step away from the microphone. We'll leave it on. You can get the sounds of the match coming through as best as possible. I'll put the speaker up, or the microphone up in the air here, and we're going to move some of our equipment more towards the middle of our broadcast tower to keep it dry. We wouldn't want to zap out on you. That would not be good. So let's do that. Enjoy some sounds of the game, and we'll be back in a moment with the play-by-play for you. guys are pretty much dry, but I'm gonna have to make sure I got some kind of tarp in case this thing gets goofy. Right back.
Speak English. Like freaking out right now.
Good work by Elcock to position himself in front of O'Neill and make the block. Well, we're dry at the moment up here anyway in our open air broadcast tower, but thankfully not a whole lot of a breeze, so yeah, as long as it stays somewhat calm, we got our roof to do the work, but a pick up in the wind and we'd be in trouble. Low line drive, corner kick, scorches over the top of the defense as well as a FMU Patriot, and to the back it goes. 8 more minutes, just under 8 more minutes to go here in the second half. We do appreciate you sticking with us, and hopefully you got to hear a little bit of the chatter as we stepped away and tried to protect some of the equipment up here. I think they got it worse downstairs. Their table was right up against the end of the concrete. We're kind of huddled in the middle. And for the most part, Francis Marion will be satisfied with a little game of keep away. The Hurricanes are the ones that'll have to put the pressure on if they want to get any kind of a result. Good communication. De Silva telling his teammate to drop off to the side. Now a shot. This one's up and over. Get that ball into O'Neill and let Mr. Lewis kick it away with 6.5 to go. Long kick away. This one well over the midfield stripe. Francis Marion dribbling in, leaves it off to the side. Hard kick through. I think it hit one or two of the defenders. O'Neill moving to his right, tries to slide back left, but can't get there in time. 2-0 with the goal scored coming from number 6. Now I got to find my clipboard in this melee. Oh, where did you go? The goal for Francis Marion scored by number 6. There it is. Safely dry. Yafet Santiago. Francis Marion goal was scored by number 6. Yafet Santiago. Lewis will wait so that it'll get into the box. He can pick it up. Throw in, coming up for the Hurricanes. Time ticking away. 4.5. Got to find someone to get it to, but Francis Marion will get it back. Well, oh, that one gets through. Going to have a chance to take a shot. Lewis makes a save on a hard, well-struck ball. Trying to counter with Zuniga. It'll get headed out. Nope, kept it in. Good work. Laris with the ball. Throw in coming. It's been a pretty good week for the Hurricanes. We tell you about, as a department, how things went with the cross-country team, finishing with their best Peach Belt Conference result in school history. Not just the Hurricanes, but our GSW cross-country team, but the men's golf program got some great news. They finished the fall season strong. Substitution will come in. Clock stops with 3:25 rather, which gives us a great chance to talk about the men's golf program in Vincent Norman. Both on the same day. Latest golf stat computer rankings come out, and congratulations to head coach Darcy Donaldson and the Hurricanes. Number 1 in the country, number 1 in the team poll, number 1 golfer in NCAA Division II is Vincent Norman. Vinny has won 3 of the Hurricanes, 3 of the 4 tournaments that the Hurricanes played in the fall. 3 victories already for Vincent Norman. He is ranked number 1 in Division II golf. Again, that's the latest golf stat computer rankings that came out earlier last week. Congratulations again to the Hurricanes. So lots of good news. Trending upwards is the Hurricanes athletic department and some of their successes here. This one, however, looks like it's going to hold form, and the Patriots are going to come out of Americas with a win. Clock will stop as the Patriots will make another substitution. The team that's up ahead, that subs under 5 in the second half, will cause a clock stoppage. And number 16, let's see if we can get his name correct. Gadil Santiago, the freshman from Puerto Rico, checks in for FMU. O'Neal puts it down. The follow-up shot. Here's the kick. Another amazing save for O'Neal Lewis. Boy, he was left out to dry, and O'Neal makes 2 stops. He is holding his left arm, however. Hopefully nothing serious. He kind of reached up. Now he's still rubbing it a little bit, holding his left arm right around his bicep elbow area. I mean, this essentially, if the Patriots seek to add to their lead, this plays right into their hands, because the Hurricanes, who probably had dropped back for the most part and tried to pick their spots to make a move offensively, but for the most part it's sunk in and hunkered down on the defensive end, have to come out and put pressure on, or they'll, the Patriots can just run the clock out. And that has opened up the field and allowed Francis Marion to get a few more looks than they had seen the first 85 minutes of the match. Yep. 1 minute remaining in the match. 1 minute. Thankfully, for the most part, this has just been a steady light rain. And no delays, and we'll get out of here safely and at a decent hour. And Patriots can head back to Florence. Ten seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1-0. And that'll do it for tonight's Peach Belt Conference matchup. The visiting Patriots come out with a 2-0 victory here at Hurricane Field. We thank you for coming out and braving the elements. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend wherever you may be traveling. Please get there safely. The Hurricanes have the men's team has one more home match this season, and it'll be Saturday. Or excuse me, it'll actually be Wednesday, rather, November 6th against Flagler College. GSW is on the road next weekend at Lander, home on the 6th against Flagler for senior night. That's a 7 o'clock start, and they close the season out at North Georgia on November 9th. Next chance to watch GSW soccer will be the women. They'll be home Wednesday night against Columbus State. So again, if you want to catch some soccer action, come out Wednesday night, this Wednesday, to watch the Lady Hurricanes in action. Also a 7 o'clock start. All your post-game wrap-ups available on our website, gswcanes.com, gswcanes.com. Thanks again for coming out tonight. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you hopefully back here on Wednesday evening. So that'll do it for tonight's matchup. We'll see if we can get this thing packed up and stay dry and get inside. We appreciate you tuned in. 2-0 the final score. Your full post-game wrap-up, as I mentioned, is available on our website, gswcanes.com. With the win, Francis Marion improves to 10-2-1. They are 3-1 in Peach Belt Conference play. Georgia Southwestern drops to 4-8 overall. The Hurricanes still looking for victory number 1 in the Peach Belt this season. Let's see if we can get the refresh button here really quick, get you some final stats if you don't have the live stats feed open in a window in front of you. Scoring plays, Francis Marion scored. Again, the first goal, they scored early, they scored late. The first goal of the match came in the 6th minute. Javier Bayo, off an assist by Nestor Nunez, came again in the 6th minute, and then the final goal of the match was scored by Yafet Santiago. The assist from Travis Cook, that was the 85th minute, the second goal of the match, and both of them being had by the Patriots. Quick look at the team stats. Francis Marion, the advantage in most offensive categories, if not all. 28-6, the shot count. 11-3, shots on goal. O'Neal Lewis made 9 saves, a couple of brilliant ones at the end for GSW. Corner kicks, Francis Marion with the edge, 8-4. Couple of offsides infractions on the Patriots. GSW whistled for offsides once. Fouls went the way of Georgia Southwestern, 10-6. Only yellow card of the match went to Francis Marion. Well, we appreciate you tuning in. Again, our next broadcast here on the Surge Sports Network will be Wednesday night. Columbus State in town to face the GSW women. The men, their last broadcast and last home match, senior night, November 6th, a 7 o'clock start. No post-game show today due to the weather. We want to pack up and get inside, so no talk with Tina tonight. We'll try it again next time. Thanks for tuning in. You have been watching Georgia Southwestern State University men's soccer Peach Belt Conference action right here on the Surge Sports Network.